All right. So Slido is a great way to do this at scale. Or, like I said, if you have a board or a Google Doc or something like that, people can just put in words that they can just drop in and you can see them show up there. If you just have Zoom, just have them put the word in the chat, right? One word to describe the last iteration. I love this. Oh, by the way, that's can be done remotely or in person. In person, you just use sticky notes. The favorite, my stack is gone. Here we go. The favorite tool of coaches. Just give everybody a sticky note and say, write a word and then stick it up on the board if you're in person, right? So this can work with large groups, small groups, in person or remote. The next one is incredibly similar, but slightly different. Clean language. If you haven't heard about clean language, I highly recommend you go check it out. The link is there in the bottom, cleanlanguage.co.uk. The idea is to create a sense of what is this like? If the last iteration was a vehicle, movie genre, book, grocery item, celebrity, living quarters, place on earth, what would it be? You get all kinds of answers from this. And notice you're not telling them, what was your coding experience like? You're telling them if the, and one of my favorites, if it was a vehicle, if the last sprint was a vehicle, what kind of vehicle would it be? And then just let them answer. Some might say, oh, it was a rocket ship. Cool. Why was it a rocket ship? Oh, we were on fire. We were flying a million miles an hour. Someone might come back and say it was a pair of roller skates. Why was it a pair of roller skates? Oh, we were just, every step was hard. It was just tricky to do. So it's the same thing as one word, but it allows people to kind of create analogies. And in those analogies, you can probe them and say, why would you say the last iteration was a horror movie, right? Or why would you say the last iteration was a comedy? And you're starting to probe things. Again, what's happening is you're taking people out of that typical mindset that they would get when they go into a business meeting. I love this one, constellations. In person, if you've never played constellations, it can be so fun. All you have to do is have some object, any object. If you're ever in a room with 10 or more people, play constellations, right? You throw an object down and you have everyone stand in a circle around it. And you simply say, I'm going to make a statement. And then if that statement is true for you, you go up and you stand close to the object. And if it's false, you go stand further away from the object. And so your proximity to the object indicates how true it is. So that's great in person. It's so much fun in person. What do you do virtually? Well, in Miro, or if you have a board or something similar to this, what I do, and I've actually done this with several teams virtually, is I create these prompts up top, and then I have everyone make a sticky note with their name on it. So I'm going to hit sticky note. You don't have to do this. I'm just demonstrating, right? So here's Isaac, going to put that there, and then I'm just going to put another sticky note in, and we'll just call this Bob. All right, so Isaac and Bob are here, and you'd have all of your team members. And what you do is you drag one of these down there. I'll just say Marvel over DC. You drag it to the middle, and you say, if Marvel over DC is true for you, move your sticky note closer. If it's not, move it further away. And then what I challenge you as a facilitator, don't interpret this. Ask the team. Say, team, looking at that, what do you see? I'll tell you, teams laugh. They have fun. They joke with each other. Travel over home time. Right? Do you want to travel more or do you want to be at home? Your proximity, oh man, I am a traveler right there. And maybe Bob is a home person. And you say, team, what do you see? One person I had took their sticky note and literally threw it off the screen. And it's like, so you really don't like you prefer home time. And the person's like, oh, 100%. After you've done a few of these prompts, if you have time, let the team create some prompts. And that's what happened if you were playing in person, by the way. If you were playing in person, after a few prompts, you would say, who wants to go? Someone create a true or false statement, and we'll move closer or further away based on what it is. So that's constellations, amazingly fun, works remotely if you have a tool, something that you can spatially see distance on. Also works in person. By the way, one other thing, if you're using Miro and people have accounts, or Mural, and you can see their mice pointers, you can see them moving around, and you can see their names. You could do this without the sticky notes. You could just have them move their mouse pointer close or far away. In person, I told you it works. You just throw an object on the ground. Small groups, this is great with. Larger groups, it would work, but it would get messy, right? So I wouldn't do this with more than 20 people. If we tried to do it with all 100, and I ask you guys to put sticky notes there with your names, this would get out of control fast. So I'd recommend probably not trying this at scale, but it works for small, even to medium-sized groups. All right, moving on.